Yeah.
except for generally somewhat successful people. Every single successful person that I've ever known in my life, they shit on themselves all the time. They spend zero time talking about how everyone else fucked them.
Yeah.
They spend zero, and they're like, I don't know, I feel really bad about that, and I don't know if I did that right. That's the language of successful people, because you don't improve if you think you're fucking special, and nobody ever gets to goddamn criticize you, even when you're blatantly fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you point out my many, many flaws? It's like, well, don't work on them, dude. Like, it's fuck. Why is it always the other way around? It's all your fault. It's all everybody else's fault.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I expect it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the thing is, one by one, people either got laid off or fired, and a couple of people got really emotional. Mm-hmm. Holy shit! I mean, it's just it's like we're breaking up from a relationship, and they're like, oh, why, I hate you, oh, will you hire me back? No, okay, then I hate you. It's not too late for me to come back, right? Oh, then I hate you. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
And the other part of that is, like, this is all fucking calories you're burning on shit that you could be spending getting another job somewhere.
Yeah.
Or finding something or some other way to hone your talent. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck are you, like, ugh. That's just, the whole thing is weird to me. Like, move on. It didn't work. And by the way, just like a relationship, do you really want to be back where you weren't wanted to begin with?
Yeah, exactly.
Why in the fuck would you want to put yourself through that additional stress? I know that, like, if somebody was like, you know what, you're just not cutting it here. This isn't the job for you. And I was like, please let me stay. Please, I'll try. And then they did. Like, on Wednesday, I'm supposed to feel good about where I'm at?
Yeah.
And that's so fucking strange, dude, that makes people feel better about themselves. Like, if you would have said, yeah, sure, you're hired back. Fuck it, we'll give it another shot. They would have felt good about that.
Yeah.
Be in that environment. I don't know, man. Fucking people confuse the dog shit out of me.
I like the cut of your jib, son. Nice and pathetic. You're back.
Love the way you begged. Really embarrassed yourself. Welcome back.
Yeah, only one or two kind of employers are going to do that. It's like, I don't know, is someone who's just really soft-hearted, or someone who just enjoys watching you squirm.
Right. Or, like, at the best case scenario is you get to keep your job so they don't have to train somebody else, or fucking, groom someone else to do the job you just weren't doing well at all at anyway.
Oh, and
sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's easier to deal with.
That's the other thing, is sometimes, like a tank has treads with those individual plates around the tread.
Right.
Sometimes it's like that, where, like, you lay someone volunteers. You say, okay, great. And it takes time, and they're like, what they do is they say, oh, gee, mister, it's been my lifelong dream to be on a game development team. You got to let me do it. I said, okay, fine. And I said, here's what you're going to do. And it takes, like you said, it takes time to get people situated and oriented, learning what they need to do, and then they go quiet. Or they, in some other way they prove so, they just don't want to contribute. And there's any number of ways. There's, if we draw a flow chart, there's a lot of different paths that end up to that person either quitting or being fired, right? And when the turnover rate is so high, it gets to the point where no progress is being made at all, because I don't have the time after doing the rounds, managing a team, because at its height it was about 30 people, right? And by the time you do a pass, supervising 30 people, your own time is done. You don't get to do any work on it yourself. And if nobody is really contributing, but they're saying, look at me, I'm on a game development team, it's like, well, not anymore, you're not. Not anymore, you're fucking. And there's people who get on there, and then they immediately go quiet, but they don't leave. So then you kick them out of the room, and then they don't send you a message saying, hey, I got kicked. It's like, do you realize how annoying it is that I can't do an accurate head count of who's even here? Because it's just like when they say that they want to be on a development team, they mean that in the most literal, minimalist sense possible. They just want to be on the team. The moment they see how the moment they see that it's actual work.
Yeah. Oh, I hate to reference it again, but it's another thing South Park laid out about that when they were making fun of the Silicon Valley startup thing. and the crowdfunding thing. They did an episode where they were like, "Oh, we're going to start a company," and Randy comes in and goes, "There's a lot more to starting a company than just starting a company." And fucking Stan goes, "No, there isn't." You know, because that's sort of the attitude that people have is like, I'm on the team, job's over.
Yeah.
Right, or I'm a part of this project in quotes, and I'm contributing zero to it. And people that go, I've always wanted to blankety blank. Yeah, for how long? How
Yeah.
long have you always wanted to? And what exactly did you do to? See, I don't believe people when they say shit like that most of the time because, like, if you ask the very next question, which is, okay, well, what was step one for you to get going in that direction? Huh? What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You've always wanted, I can't. I've always wanted a guitar. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
There's a fucking music store.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't you get one? Fucking idiot. It's the work part. I understand. It's like the effort part and shit. Like people get overwhelmed by shit real easily.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So let's even out these vids with some actual killing and stuff.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I'm back home. Lust is down. That's an interesting spell. Oh yeah, and I got a heal spell now, which is kind of fun.
Oh, and the other thing is, since the black magic is based off of lust, I'll start asking rather than assuming that you want to get rid of it, because going into battle with some lust, well, it depends.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Kind of what the plans are and all
the other
that.
thing you could do is, okay, like right now you don't have a damaging spell, but you could level up your tease so you could tease while the enemy builds up your lust, and then once it's at 50, switch over to the arousal spell to finish them off.
Right. Yeah. And also, so I mean, in this game, it sort of works like you use the spell, then you level the spell. Is that how this works?
I think so. I think that if you use it enough, there's some kind of benefit from frequent spell usage.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, yeah, we'll toy with it a little bit when I get in some fights. Let's explore, and we will go to the lake.
Okay. You got to speed up. Well, that was
cool.
Nice. Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I've probably asked this a million times because fucking gaps in our plane here. But are those permanent?
Yeah,
buffs.
That's permanent.
Okay, that's okay. That's not bad. Try it again. Go back to the lake. See if we can get into a fight with something.
You got a piece of whisker fruit.
Whisker fruit. What's that shit? Let's have a look.
This small peach-sized fruit has tiny whisker-like protrusions growing from the sides.
Okay, let's see. I'm a smart person. I keep telling myself I'm an intelligent person. I just don't quaff fucking fruit randomly. I was doing that, but I kind of like maybe on this playthrough I'll be less of a jackass, which might be a little less funny. But I might actually survive a while with this character, which could be good too. All right, so maybe I'll just sell that shit. All right, but I don't need whiskers anyway. I assume I'll get whiskers. Let's explore again.
Okay.
Gaping Plains. Now let's try the forest once more. See how that goes.
All right. Now, she says, "Please don't hurt me. I won't try to lay eggs in you anymore. Just let me go. What will you do with her?" This is like I said. I tried not to do too many scenario-based things, but these bees were worth a fair amount of experience when you're at kind of a mid-level. So I beat the shit out of this bee like a zillion times.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I remember this. I think I remember this enemy. So what about their levels? Are they always the same level?
It's level 4.
Okay. So, I guess leave. Let's not get impregnated with weird shit yet. All right, explore once more. Try the swamp.
Okay. Yeah, this is bad.
Oh, is this bad? Oh, fuck.
What lovely prey I seem to have found tonight, croons the drider.
I don't think I've seen this one yet.
You have in the previous, and
have I?
It beat the shit out of you.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Well, the good news is I'm a little better at fleeing now.
Okay, run for it.
Yeah,
Level
run, fucking
15.
run. There's no way I'm winning
Oh,
this.
he escaped. That was
Good shit.
fortunate.
Okay, so I need to stay off that bottom bar for a while.
Okay, now here's. Sorry,
Man,
everyone. I know this is. We're making this really rant heavy, but notice how Sarah. This is what I'm talking about. Notice how Sarahan, despite the fact that he forgot that he lost to the same two bosses and obviously doesn't have a very good memory for this shit. And no offense, I don't mean to talk to you about you like you're not here, but let's face
no,
it,
no,
hasn't really shown the best judgment, right?
right. On purpose, mind you. I was kind of trying to do a Steve-O thing
But
before.
he goes
Yeah.
to the swamp once, sees that there's a level 15 creature there, runs for it, and then makes a mental note not to go back there. Right? I want everyone, I want the handful of people who play tested my game to sit on a mountaintop and meditate on that basic truth. Because you guys, and I know I said before I was trying to be nice, not offended. You guys are fucking retarded. You guys are and have been fucking retarded, right? I don't know. I don't know if Phenoxo or someone like close to him, like I don't know if he watches us or if he like someone who relays, like someone watches us and relays it to him and says, hey, these guys are playing your game. They're one of the more watched, people who ever played your game. I don't know if that's the case. If anything I say will ever get back to him. But if he does get to him, I just want to know. Do people bitch about the difficulty of your game as much as they bitch about the difficulty of my game? Because I set it up so that like you can go anywhere in the world right off the bat, which I love in any game.
Right. Yeah, I like that too.
I like.
Because yeah, you can learn your lesson fairly quick. And I go here, I can go there. This is what's advantageous. This is what's dangerous.
I want you to imagine someone going to the swamp, not running from the monster, and then getting their ass kicked, getting a game over screen, right? And then they immediately go back to the swamp. And then go back again, and go back again, and go back again. And then they say,
Right.
you shouldn't let me go there.
You shouldn't let me. It's baby proofing the house.
Yeah.
I was very adamantly against baby proofing the house. We're gonna leave all this sharp shit laying around. I'm just kidding on that front, but like to a certain extent, like when it came to like having a kid, it's the same thing. It's like no, we're not going to just like keep all this shit away from him. We're going to explain to him he's not allowed to go to that stuff. Because that's a better idea to have rattling around in his head than like there is no danger. I can do anything. Or hey, if I go over there, that's dangerous. That's bad. I should learn to avoid certain shit at an early age. I don't know. It's kind of the same thing to me.
Well, at the end of the day, I was so bombarded with people complaining that they were running into these monsters that were too strong that now, and this is humiliating for me, the game actually starts up and it shows you a splash screen saying, you see this island? When you're starting on the game, stay on this island and you won't get your ass kicked. Okay? If you leave that island and you get your ass kicked,
It's like a resort.
don't
Don't
complain
leave
to
the
me.
resort.
What's that?
Yeah. It's like a resort. Don't leave the resort.
Yeah. And
And this
the other thing is, even on the island, even on the starting zone, sometimes the RNG will fuck you and you'll get killed anyway. Life will go on for you in the real world, right?
right.
That game over. I had someone, no shit, they died. They wrote me and they said, I loaded up your game, I went out in the wilderness and fought a monster and I died. So then I tried again and I died again. I can't support a project like this.
I like how I was like saturated throughout their statement, and then you were the problem at the end. I
Yeah,
went out
no
to the
shit.
forest. I died. I tried again. I died again. Fuck you.
Yeah. Reminds me of that meme of the guy on the bicycle where he sticks the stick in the spokes and falls over, and he's still
Right.
his...
Damn you, clouds, or whatever the fuck, whatever
Yeah.
the imaginary thing is that was the stick he shoved into the spokes.
Yeah, and it's like, and that can happen. You can die with just due to RNG fucking you, but life goes on. What the fuck? Like, okay, learn to run from the creature that kicked your ass, right?
Right.
Learn not to
Or
go to the place
examine.
that kicked your ass.
Right.
Learn
Or
to
examine.
block.
Build. Usually you can make adjustments to your character. You know, that's usually the next step. Like if you're dying on some easy shit, you take a look at your stats, take a look at what you're wearing, take a look at what you're using, all that shit, and
Yeah.
change that, and then try it again.
Well, that's the
Don't.
thing is like once you get like 2 equipment drops, the game just becomes clear sailing, right? It has like a really rough start.
Right. Well,
But
that's the thing. Is like
people don't want to ever lose.
people do that thing where they don't change anything. And
Yeah.
then they get, it's like the Einstein thing, you know, same results over and over and over. Insanity, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. They do that. They go, well, I've changed nothing. I've made no adjustments. Let's go and see if I get a completely different outcome for some reason.
Yeah.
Like this was all done on a computer, but for some reason things are going to be different this time. It's like fucking watching an old VHS of Back to the Future and oh, it's going to end differently this time. Like, no, probably not. Nothing changed. Like you have to fucking change something. But anyhow,
Yeah.
yeah. Stay out of the swamp with the giant fucking crazy bitch who's 5 levels higher than me and will absolutely rape me to
Yeah,
death.
I mean it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, and like it's just like if you go onto the forums of any fucking game, just about, it's like the majority of the posts are people crying, saying make it easier, make it simpler.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I actually did, make some concessions, but it's like, you know what? That's it. I'm not nerfing it anymore. You're just bad.
Right. Like I mean, that's the difficult part too, is making that judgment, because there are games that are unreasonably hard in certain places.
Yeah.
And you have to make those adjustments, but at the same time it's like, how do you weigh that against what's actually people being stupid versus what actually is unreasonably difficult? Yeah, that kind of thing.
And the other thing is, a lot of RPGs are so painfully boring at the beginning because they start you off with a character that one shots everything.
Right. They do a little bit of that on ESO now, where okay, as a new character, I'll be as brief as possible. You have 3 primary stats. If you've ever played Skyrim, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They start you off with those 3 stats, like boosted to a ridiculous place where once you get to level 50, your stats will be nowhere near that. So you're a level 8 character and you're running around, just nothing's killing you. You're fucking destroying everything. And by the time you're level 24, you're confused as to why you just died.
Yeah.
Because you've done nothing to develop your character, because you got spoiled on your opening stats, and they slowly decrease as you level.
Yeah.
Instead of increasing, they actually decrease.
Yeah.
And the only thing that actually increases or even plateaus off are things that you apply points to.
Yeah.
With their point system. So you wind up getting your ass kicked by something that 12 levels ago wasn't even worth looking at. And I'm like,
and they made that decision. They made the decision to pander to these kinds of people who just want to win, right? Who just want to make a game that on the surface has all these different mechanics, but then functionally is basically a cookie clicker. You click the cookie, you win, right?
Pretty much,
you don't have to think about it. And then, but the thing is, they can't do that for the whole game, because at some point they need you to struggle, so you'll spend money to overcome the struggle.
Right. To an extent. Well, also there's 2 kinds of players. I mean, in that game, there's people that play the PvE and they quest, and they have fun with that, and they do that. And then there's maniacs like me that do theory crafting and fucking try a million different builds and respec everything over and over and over again, and try armor sets and all that. All that shit you can actually do spending no money.